Today, the main topic is cardiovascular system. From the name, it is expressed that cardio means heart and vascular means closed vascular system. Closed vascular system. The name expressed that it involves the heart and closed vascular system. So, cardiovascular system is actually a transport system. Cardiovascular system is actually what? A transport system through which nutrient, WBC, which are the part of immunity, and oxygen goes to the tissue, and metabolic waste from the tissue goes outside the body. Now we draw a structure of the left heart. Structure of the left heart. This is left atrium. Here is the aortic wall. This is aorta. This is mitral wall. This is left atrium. This is left ventricle. This is aortic wall, and this is aorta. Now, the blood comes from the lungs. The oxygenated blood comes from the lungs through pulmonary vein and to left atrium. This is blood. The red color shows blood. The red blood comes into left atrium. From the left atrium, the blood goes into ventricle. Through which wall? Through mitral wall. Mitral valve is also called what? Bicuspid valve. Mitral valve is also called bicuspid valve. Why it is called bicuspid valve? Because it has two cuspid. It has two leaflets. So the blood goes from left atrium and to left ventricle through which valve? Mitral valve. Now, when left ventricle contract, it push the blood. Blood is come to left ventricle. Now, the left ventricle contract and push the blood through aortic wall and to aorta. This is aortic wall through aorta. So this is the sample diagram of the left heart through which a blood flow mechanism is how. So firstly, the blood comes from the lungs through pulmonary vein and to left atrium, and from the left atrium the blood goes to left ventricle through which valve? Through mitral valve. And when the left ventricle contract and push the blood through to aorta through which valve? Through aortic valve. Now the next structure is right heart. Now if we see the diagram of right heart, this is superior vena cava. And this is inferior vena cava. From the superior and inferior vena cava, the blood moves. The blood moves through which part? Through right atrium. This is right atrium. This is right atrium. From the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, the blood moves to which one part? To right atrium. From right atrium, the blood goes to right ventricle. Right ventricle. This is right ventricle. From right atrium, the blood enter into right ventricle through which one? Through which valve? This valve is called tricuspid valve. Tricuspid valve. This valve is called tricuspid valve. From right atrium, the blood enter into the right ventricle through tricuspid valve. Why tricuspid valve is called tricuspid? Because it has three cuspid. It has three leaflets. If we see the structure of tricuspid, it is like that. The one cuspid, the second cuspid, and the third one. 1, 2, 3. So it has three cuspid or three leaflets. So that's why it is called tricuspid. Now, if we compare the both heart, the right and the left. First we done the name of that, the left heart. This is aorta. Laryngeal. This is aorta. This is left atrium. This is mitral valve or bicuspid valve. Mitral valve or bicuspid valve. And this is left ventricle. And this is aorta valve, and this is aorta. Now see again that process. From the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, the bloods enter into right heart and which portion of the right heart? Into the right atrium. From the right atrium, the blood enter into right ventricle through which valve? Through tricuspid valve. Why it is called tricuspid valve? Because it has three leaflets or three cuspid. Now, from the right ventricle, this point was from the right ventricle, the blood enter into. Here is another valve present, which is called pulmonary valve. Which one valve? Pulmonary valve. Pulmonary valve. And this structure is called pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery. So from the right ventricle, the blood moves to pulmonary artery through which one valve? Through pulmonary valve. So come to that place. Input valve. And right and left heart. The input valve is which one? The input valve is mitral valve. And the second one is tricuspid valve. Tricuspid valve. So if anyone asks from you that in left and right heart, which one is the input valves? So input valves is actually two valves. Number first, mitral valve, and number second, tricuspid valve. Now, Output valve is which one? In the right and left heart. Output valve. The output valve is aortic valve, and second one is pulmonary valve. These are the output valve. The mitral valve and tricuspid valve is present between the atrium and ventricle. The mitral valve is present between the left atrium and the left ventricle. The tricuspid valve is present between the right atrium and right ventricle. So this is called arterioventricular valve. These valves are also called arterioventricular valve. Why it is called arterioventricular valve? Because it is situated between the atrium and ventricle. Therefore, it is called arterioventricular valve. Now, this is the whole cardiovascular diagram. That how the blood mechanism is occur in this cardiovascular system. So, we also learn about that is superior vena cava, and this one is inferior vena cava. The blood from the superior and inferior comes here to right atrium. This is right atrium. From right atrium it goes through right ventricle through which valve? Through tricuspid valve. From right ventricle, now the blood goes to pulmonary artery. This is the artery, and that one is the artery. The blood will goes from right ventricle and to pulmonary artery through which one valves? Through pulmonary valves. When blood is come to pulmonary artery, when pulmonary artery is enter into the lungs, it will break down into arteriole. The pulmonary artery will break down into arteriole. Means small branches which are called arteriole. This is what? This is arteriole. When arteriole are now smaller or break down, it form pulmonary capillary. This one is called pulmonary capillary. Now actually here the small pockets are present. The ear pocket. Now between these, the pulmonary capillary and ear pockets, a carbon dioxide and oxygen are changed. Here exchanges occur. Comes to that lung. When carbon dioxide and oxygen are changed, the oxygenated blood. Now, the oxygenated blood will comes to this vessel, pulmonary vein. Through which one? Through pulmonary vein. This is also called main vessels. Through pulmonary vein, the oxygenated blood comes into which part? And to left heart. And to left heart of which part? And to left atrium. This is left atrium. The oxygenated blood comes from the lungs and to left heart through which one? Through pulmonary vein. Through pulmonary vein. Here 4 opening are counts because each lung gives 4 opening or 4 vessels. So here 4 opening will occur. Each lung give 4 vessels. 4 vessels. So here 4 openings are present. When the oxygenated blood comes from lung and to left atrium through pulmonary vein, then the blood from the left atrium will go to left ventricle. Through which one walls? Through mitral wall or bicuspid wall. This is bicuspid wall or mitral wall. So when the blood comes from left atrium and to left ventricle through mitral wall, now when the left ventricle contracts, the blood push into aorta. Here the wall is present, which is called aortic wall. When the left ventricle contracts, the blood enter into aorta through which one wall? Through aortic wall. Now the aorta will rise, and naturally it is, when further moving, it is narrowing. It is narrowing to enter for the entrance of tissue. To enter to tissue, the aorta naturally narrow. Look at this structure. The aorta is rising and narrowing. When aorta is narrow, it gives a median size artery. This is called what? Median size artery. Median size artery. This median size artery is called muscular artery. Muscular artery. Which diameter is 10 centimeter. When the aorta is naturally narrowing, it gives median size artery, which is called muscular artery. From muscular artery, it is breakdown into smaller branches, which are called arteriole. The median size artery means muscular artery will break down in arteriole. The arteriole will enter into the tissue. This is tissue. The green structure show the diagram of tissue. The arteriole will, when enter into the tissue, it divide into meta-arteriole. This one is called meta-arteriole. Meta-arteriole. The meta-arteriole is further divided and form capillary. This is capillary. This is capillary. Now here, from the blood, the nutrient and oxygen will comes to the tissue and from the tissue the metabolic waste comes to blood. What happened in this process? And this process means in capillaries, the nutrient and oxygen will comes into tissue, and the metabolic waste will comes from the tissue into the what? Into capillary. Now the capillary is moves from the tissue, move out from the tissue and divide into small venules. Venules will drain the metabolic waste. Capillary will drain the metabolic waste into venules, and venules will drain the metabolic waste into smaller vein. This is smaller vein. Small vein. The venules will drain the metabolic waste into small vein, and small vein will drain the metabolic waste into large vein. And large vein then include superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. And now the blood will go to the right, and this process will begin. So this is the whole structure of cardiovascular system. Look at that. Now again we will teach you about the cardiovascular system, that how the mechanism occurs. The blood is moving from superior vena cava and inferior vena cava into the right atrium. From the right atrium it will goes to right ventricle through tricuspid valve. From right ventricle it will goes to pulmonary artery through pulmonary valves, and when pulmonary artery goes to the lungs it will divide to pulmonary arteriole, and pulmonary arteriole will divide into pulmonary capillary. Here the exchanges occur. Now comes to that lungs. Then oxygen include in blood. The pulmonary vein will take the oxygenated blood and brings to the left heart, and which portion? Right left atrium. Left heart of left atrium. Here 4 openings are present. Each lung gives 2 openings, 2 vessels. So from both lungs 4 vessels are come, 4 openings are come. Now when oxygenated blood through pulmonary vein comes into left atrium, from left atrium it will goes to left ventricle, through which one valves? Through mitral valves. From left ventricle, when left ventricle contract, it will push the blood into aorta. Through aortic valve, the blood from left ventricle enter into aorta. Through which one valves? Through aortic valve. Now naturally the aortic will rise and become narrow. It gives median size artery, which are called muscular artery, and now this median size artery will divide into arteriole, and arteriole will divide into meta-arteriole in the tissue, and meta-arteriole will give rise to capillary. Here in the capillary the exchanges occur. From the blood, nutrient and oxygen will take by the tissue, and the metabolic waste will take the blood. And from the capillary, small venules arise, which the metabolic waste drain into small vein, and small vein drain the metabolic waste into large vein, and then large vein will include and superior and inferior vena. What is pulmonary circulation? From here we clear the point of pulmonary circulation. The component of circulation which is present between the right heart, these are the components, and the left heart. The circulation of components between the right heart and left heart. This is called pulmonary circulation. And what is systematic circulation? The component of circulation which is between the left heart, these are the components between the left heart and the right heart. So this is called systematic circulation. This is called systematic circulation.